Morning, friends.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Very good morning. Can you tell me where we stopped in the previous class? Does anyone remember where we have to continue? Did we begin that story?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
First
sir.
paragraph completed.
Okay, okay, thank you. So to just give you a recap of what we did in the previous class, we had begun the second core text in the first module. It is a story. It is a story of a boy and his father. His father is a hunter. So he wants his child also to become a hunter. So he trains, so he has trained his son in hunting. And when the story opens, it is the first day of this boy's real hunting experience. Still, he is having training in hunting. He has not hunted any real creature. Here, he is going to do the first hunting of the a live bird. Till then, he had only shot. He has used his gun only at white birds, but today he is going to shoot a real bird. So this is where we began the story. It is a story written by, as you can see, the name of the author. His picture is also here. His name is Arthur Golden. He is a very popular American author, and he has many books to his credit. So this story is a very touching story, very interesting story, and we would like to know whether the son is successful in making his father's aspirations come true. So that is what we were looking forward to. And when the story began, we see that it is a very cold morning in the uh, shack that they live in. It is a very small hut that they live in. A shack is nothing but a hut, a shack. So that is a new term that we came across in the previous class. They live in a hut, and they are going out of the comfort of the hut to hunt for birds. So we also learned that Jeremy was very fond of using the camera. He liked to take photographs. And usually, before going for any training, he would take the camera and take pictures, especially in the morning. The morning atmosphere is very nice. So to get beautiful pictures in the morning was always his passion. But today he did not play with the camera because today is a very serious day. If you, I will mark that part in the paragraph. This is where we uh, understood the importance of the day. For example, this was the morning solemn and sacred. Solemn means serious. Sacred means very holy. So when you are going for an exam, you consider it very sacred and holy. So similar is the feeling that Jeremy has for this day. Like an exam is solemn and sacred for a student, similarly, this first hunting experience is very solemn and sacred for Jeremy. So he is going to be initiated So initiation is also a term, initiate. Initiate means to lead somebody into. So he is going to be initiated. He is going to be beginning. Initial also means beginning. So he is going to begin his hunting experience. And it is a very mystic rite. Rite, R-I-T-E, rite means chadangana. Chadangana. So he is going to do the first performance. Like when you learn dancing, the first performance is very important, isn't it? Arangettam എന്നൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ മലയാളത്തിൽ പറയും. Similarly, the first performance, the first shooting experience has a lot of importance. So that is what he is going to do. So this is a very mystic, right? Nigodamaya. Mystic means Nigodamaya. So this is where we stopped in the previous class. And this paragraph, the next paragraph, describes Jeremy's feelings for hunting. What does he think of hunting? So it is all right that the father wants his son to become a hunter, but whether the son also wants to become is a big question, isn't it? Your parents want you to become a diploma holder, but do you also want to become a diploma holder, or do you have some other ambitions? I'm asking you. Do you have the same aspirations as your parents? Your parents want you to become a diploma holder. That's why you chose this course, or you wanted to become a diploma holder. Is that the reason that you chose this course? What was the reason? Why did you choose this course? I'm not asking from the text. I'm asking you from life, your life experience. Are you able to follow me? Are you able to follow my question? Are you able to understand my question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. So I'd like to see your responses, whether you want to become a diploma or a holder, or it was because your parents asked you to join for diploma. Why did you join? Okay, your parents want me to be a diploma holder. Yes, okay. So what about you want to be? So some people have typed that they want to become a diploma holder. Some people have typing that their parents want me to be a diploma holder. We may be here because of many reasons. Then sometimes our parents are asking us to become a diploma holder. Sometimes we ourselves want to become a diploma holder. If we ourselves have a very much of a passion to become a diploma holder, then it is okay. But if you are forced to become a diploma holder, then you have to adjust yourself to the situation. First you have to accept it. If you are forced, then you have to accept that. You have to understand that even by becoming a diploma holder, I can achieve the dreams that I want to achieve in my life. So our goal in life is not to become any particular position. Diploma holder അല്ലെങ്കിൽ degree holder അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വേറെ എന്തെങ്കിലും ആയി തീരൽ മാത്രമല്ല നമ്മുടെ ലക്ഷ്യം. Our basic aspiration in life is happiness and prosperity. Happiness and prosperity is the basic aspirations in our life. So that can be achieved by following any discipline. Okay, I am not a diploma holder. I'm a diploma holder alla. But I can achieve happiness and prosperity even without joining for a diploma. Which, to put it in another way, you can achieve happiness and prosperity through any path if you know how to follow the path properly. Okay, so it doesn't matter what branch you choose, what diploma you choose, whatever you choose, you can achieve happiness and prosperity if you follow the path properly. Okay, so that said, we come back to this topic. Here his father wants his son to become a hunter because he is a hunter himself, and he wants to continue the tradition of the family. കുടുംബ പാരമ്പര്യം തുടർന്ന് കൊണ്ടുപോകുക എന്ന ലക്ഷ്യത്തോടു കൂടിയിട്ടാണ് അച്ഛൻ മകനെ ഒരു വേട്ടക്കാരനാക്കാനായിട്ട് തീരുമാനിക്കുന്നത്. And this paragraph describes what this son thinks of hunting. Okay, so I'll ask somebody to read. Nijasa Jeevan.
And he hated it, had hated the whole idea ever since his father had bought him a gun, had taught him to shoot clay pigeons, had promised him a trip to this island in the bay. But he was determined to through with it. He loved his father, wanted more than anything in the world his approval. If only he could not conduct himself properly. This morning he knew that he would get it.
Yes, yes, Nija, thank you. So now you understand what is Jeremy's attitude towards hunting. His father wants him to become a hunter, but does Jeremy want to become a hunter?
No.
No.
How do you understand? How do you understand that? Yes,
He
no is
hated it.
correct. Exactly. The very first sentence it says that. Yes, Rishma, the very first sentence says it. He hated it. He hated what? He hated the very idea of hunting. He didn't like hunting at all. Okay. So that is the sentence which tells us that he didn't like it. So ever since his father bought him a gun, so from the very day his father got him a gun, he buys a gun for him. He had taught him to shoot clay pigeons. Clay മണ്ണ് കൊണ്ടുള്ള കളിമണ്ണ് കൊണ്ടുള്ള pigeons. What are pigeons?
Prav.
Exactly. They are also called doves. Okay, doves. So pigeons or doves. So he doesn't shoot real pigeons. He shoots clay pigeons. That is kalipatangal. So that he gets an experience in shooting. And he had promised him a trip, a tour, if he becomes good in shooting. So uh, he determines to do it. He doesn't like shooting, but he decides to learn shooting. Why does he decides to learn shooting? എനിക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമല്ലാഞ്ഞിട്ടും പിന്നെ എന്തിനാണ്? Why does he continue to learn shooting though he doesn't like shooting? Why does he continue to learn shooting? He doesn't like
He
shooting. He
loved his
hated it.
father.
Yes, Krishna, that's correct. He loved his father and he wanted to make him happy. See, we also love our parents. Do you love your parents?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes. We love our parents. So we want to make our parents happy. That's why even if you don't like this diploma program or something, you come and join. Okay, because you want to make your parents happy because your parents told you to job or go join that diploma. That will be good for you. So you want to make your parents happy. Like that, Jeremy also wants to make his father happy, and therefore he learns shooting. Though he doesn't like it, he doesn't like that profession of shooting, of hunting. Therefore, he hates it. Therefore, he doesn't want to do shooting. But the only reason that he continues to learn hunting or shooting is to make his father happy. So, how do you understand that? Because this sentence tells you. Okay, this sentence is very important to understand Jeremy's attitude towards his father. He loved his father, wanted more than anything in the world his approval. His approval means What do you mean by to approve something? The basic meaning of approve is to agree. Okay, the basic meaning of approve is to agree, but here it is used in a slightly different sense. Here, approval means the thought that he is a good child. Okay, his father should think that, oh, I have a child, I have a son, he is a good son. He is a person who follows my advice. Okay, that is what he wanted. That is what his father, Jeremy wanted his father to think. So he wanted his father's approval. That is what he wanted in the world. What is the use if everybody approves you but not your parents? Okay, so that is very important, that you want to make your parents happy. So that is what he was trying to do. He wanted to get the approval of his father. He loved his father, and therefore he continues to practice. And today he has gone for the first hunting experience only to make his father happy. So he prays. The last sentence says, if he could conduct himself properly. That is, if he could conduct. What is conduct? What is the meaning of conduct?
നടത്തുക.
നടത്തുക. അതെ, നടത്തുക, നടപ്പിലാക്കുക. So it is a verb. Okay, it is a verb. So it means to carry out, നടത്തുക. To carry out the work. What is the work? The work to shoot a live bird. അപ്പോൾ അത് ശരിക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റിയാൽ he will get it. He will get what? He will get the approval of his father. So that is it. If he can carry out his work properly of doing of hunting, then he will get the father's approval. So that is what he is saying. If only he could conduct himself properly this morning, he knew that he would get it. So this word I will also type the same word. There is another word with the same word with a different pronunciation, which is used as a noun. Okay, it has a different pronunciation. Can you tell the pronunciation of this word as a noun?
Conduct.
Yes, very good, very good. Very good, Shishma, that is right. So it is from that we have this term called conduct certificate. So can you guess the meaning? Shishma കേട്ടില്ല. അതിൽ നിന്നാണ് സ്വഭാവമാണ്. So conduct as a verb means നടത്തുക അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നടപ്പിൽ വരുത്തുക എന്നൊക്കെയാണ് അർത്ഥം. പക്ഷേ കോണ്ടക്ട് എന്നാൽ സ്വഭാവമാണ്. കണ്ടക്റ്റും കോണ്ടക്റ്റും വേർബായിട്ട് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കണ്ടക്റ്റ് എന്നും noun ആയിട്ട് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കോണ്ടക്ട് എന്നുമാണ് pronunciation. It is a conduct certificate. Spelling is the same, pronunciation and meaning are different. Okay, spelling is the same, pronunciation and meaning are different. ആദ്യത്തെ വാക്ക് ക്രിയ ആയിട്ടാണ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, രണ്ടാമത്തത് നാമപദമായിട്ടാണ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, സോ വി മൂവ് ഓൺ to the next paragraph. So before that, if only he could conduct himself properly, he knew that he would get it. What is it? He would get it. He would get what? എന്ത് കിട്ടും? ഇന്ന് ശരിയായി എല്ലാം ചെയ്യാൻ സാധിച്ചാൽ he knew he would get it. What is it? എന്തെങ്കിലും പ്രൈസ് ആണോ?
Trip.
Promised him a trip to the island.
ട്രിപ്പ് ഉണ്ട്, പക്ഷെ ട്രിപ്പിന് ശേഷം വേറൊരു കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. അയാൾ ട്രിപ്പിനേക്കാളും വിലമതിക്കുന്നത് എന്താണ്? ട്രിപ്പ് ഉണ്ട്, ശരിയാണ്.
Happiness.
ഹാപ്പിനെസ് ഉണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ, വേറൊരു കാര്യം കൂടി ഉണ്ട്. Yes, it is there in the chat box. Father's approval. So these three things are there. So you'll get happiness. Okay, father's approval ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലാണ് ഹാപ്പിനെസ് കിട്ടുള്ളൂ. So his father's approval ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലേ ട്രിപ്പ് പോകാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. So this is what he തൊട്ട് മുമ്പ് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ള സെന്റൻസിൽ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്, ഹിസ് അപ്രൂവൽ എന്ന്, ഫാദേഴ്സ് അപ്രൂവൽ. അപ്പൊ അതിനെ കുറിച്ചാണ് അടുത്ത സെന്റൻസിൽ ആ റെഫറൻസ് വേർഡ് ആയിട്ട് ഇറ്റ് യൂസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളത്. സോ ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് എ റെഫറൻസ് വേർഡ്. നമ്മൾ റെഫറൻസ് വേർഡ്സിനെ കുറിച്ച് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് എ റെഫറൻസ് വേർഡ് റെഫറിങ് ടു ഫാദേഴ്സ് അപ്രൂവൽ. ഫാദേഴ്സ് അപ്രൂവലിനെ റെഫർ ചെയ്യുന്ന വേർഡാണ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ നൗ ദ ഐഡിയ വുഡ് ബി വെരി ക്ലിയർ ഹിയർ. This it refers to, it is a reference word referring to father's approval. So they travel and they come to the place where they have to shoot the bird. So they arrive there. So that is the next paragraph. Rija, please read that. Rija Paul. Rija Paul, are you there? Can switch on the mic and speak. I think she is not there. Krishna Priya, CH.
They came to the blind, a narrow camouflage pit facing the bay. It was a bench, a shelf for shotgun shells, nothing else. Jeremy sat down tensely, waited while his father waded out with armful decoys. Light was pouring into the sky now. Far down the bay, a string of ducks went by edged against the sunrise. Watching them, Jeremy felt his stomach contract. Two is
Okay, thank you, Krishna Priya. So they came to the blind. So blind here, normally what is the meaning of blind?
അന്ധതല്ലേ?
Andhan, andhada, അതൊക്കെയാണ് ബ്ലൈൻഡിന്റെ മീനിങ്. ഹിയർ ഇറ്റ് ഹാസ് എ സിമിലർ മീനിങ്. ഹിയർ ഇറ്റ് ഹാസ് എ സിമിലർ മീനിങ്. That is a place where you cannot be seen. So when you want to shoot somebody, you have to hide in a place. So the here blind means a hiding place where these hunters will not be seen by the birds. The birds will not be able to see the hunters. So that area is called the blind area. So they come to the blind area. What is the blind area? This description is given there. It is a narrow camouflaged pit. Camouflaged means covered. Pit is a hole, or kuri. So, and it faces the bay. The bay is the bank of the river or the lake. നദിയുടെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പുഴയുടെ തീരം, അതിനെയാണ് ബേ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. സോ ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് ദേ ആർ സിറ്റിംഗ് ഇൻ എ pit, ഒരു കുഴിയിലാണ് അവർ ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. So it is a very small pit, a narrow pit, and that is the blind area where the birds will not be able to see them. And what is camouflage? So it is underlined there. All these underlined words, their meanings will be seen in the footnote of the page. So if you scroll down the page, you will be able to see the meaning. So camouflage, so it is a way of hiding. If you look at the footnote, it says that way of hiding something with paints, leaves, etc. It is a camouflage is a method used by soldiers in war. So if you look at the dress of soldiers, you can see that these soldiers will be wearing dresses with uh, pictures of leaves, etc. ക്ലിയർ ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു കളർ പിക്ചർ ആയിരിക്കും, കളറായിട്ടുള്ള പ്ലെയിൻ കളേർഡ് ഡ്രസ്സ് ആയിരിക്കില്ല അവർ ഇടുക. സോ ദാറ്റ് ദേ ക്യാൻ മെർജ് ഇൻ ടു ദ സറൗണ്ടിങ്. ഇപ്പോൾ കാട്ടിലൊക്കെ ആണെങ്കിൽ അവരെ പെട്ടെന്ന് ഐഡന്റിഫൈ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല, കാരണം ഈ ഇലകളുടെയും ബ്രാഞ്ചസിൻ്റെ ഒക്കെ പോലെയുള്ള പെയിന്റിങ്ങോട് കൂടിയിട്ടുള്ള ഡ്രസ്സാണ് അവർ ധരിക്കുക. സോ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് കോൾഡ് എ കാമോഫ്ലാഷ്. സോ ദേ ആർ സിറ്റിംഗ് ഇൻ എ pit which is camouflaged. So camouflage is a way of hiding something with paints, leaves, etc. So they have covered the pit with marchvekya. Exactly, Anjana, that is right. So they have covered the pit with leaves, etc. So that the birds will not notice the hunters. What will happen if birds notice the hunters? They will fly away. They will not come to the area at all. If the birds notice that there are hunters present with guns, they will not come to the area at all to drink water. So they will run away. So that is why they have used this method of camouflaging. So they came to the blind, a narrow camouflaged pit facing the bay. In it was a bench, a shelf for shotgun shells, nothing else. And his father waded out. What is wading? Wading is to walk in water. The method of walking in water is called wading. The method of walking in water is called wading. So that is the description. So that is also given as the footnote. And what are decoys? So that is, these meanings are also given there. Walk with effort through water. Decoys are toy animals. Okay, the decoy is a bird or animal, a model used by hunters. So if you put some decoys in the water, toy birds in the water, the other birds will think that it is a real bird, and it will also come to the water to drink the water from the lake. So it is a method used by hunters to use such decoys. Decoys are toy birds or toy animals to attract other animals or birds. So this is also used by. And look at the description. A string of ducks. A string of ducks means the formation of ducks. The flying ducks look as if they are tied by a string. If you observe the flock of birds which fly in the sky, they fly in some particular formation. They fly in a correct formation so that they look as if they are tied by a string. So that is why this description, that a string of ducks, is used here. And it is etched against the sunrise. Etched against the sunrise means etching is an imagery from painting. It is as if the pictures of ducks are drawn against the background of the sun. If you look at some of the very popular paintings, one of the most popular paintings or most drawn paintings is that of the sunrise. Okay, when the sun rises in between through the mountains and the birds are flying in the sky. This is a very common picture which every child starts drawing even in the childhood. This is a picture which is very familiar to you also. So there, it is like as if he is watching a painting. The morning sky is as if it is a painting, and the string of ducks, it is as if they are drawn against the background of the sun. So watching them, Jeremy felt his stomach contract. So when his stomach shrink, contract means to shrink, ചുരുങ്ങുക. So when does your stomach shrink? When do you have a feeling of a shrinking in your stomach? Is it when you are happy, or is it when you are anxious, or is it when you are some other feeling? What feeling? When do you feel that your stomach is contracting?
Hungry.
You feel it when you are hungry. Yes, Rishma, that is right. You feel your stomach has shrunk when you feel hungry. Okay, that is one place, one time when you feel something in your stomach. Okay, there is some other time when you also feel something in your stomach. When you feel tensed, yes, Krishna, that's right. When you feel tensed, when you feel anxious, okay, they are all similar words, anxious, anxious, anxiety. These are all similar words. So when you have such feelings also, you feel the same kind of hunger-like feeling, or a contracting feeling, or shrinking feeling. So why is he anxious? He is anxious. You feel anxious when you are getting ready for the exam. When you are sitting in the exam hall, you have a feeling in your stomach, a contracting feeling in your stomach when you are tensed of what kind of question paper you are going to get for the exam. Similarly, Jeremy is also going to do an exam today. It is not a written exam, he is a shooting exam. So he is anxious about how he will perform. So that is why he is anxious. He is anxious about whether he will be able to satisfy his father. Okay, the next paragraph, we will go through the next paragraph. I request Bhagya Lakshmi to read that paragraph. Bhagya Lakshmi, are you there? Can switch on your mic and speak. She must be having some network problem. Yes, Bhagya Lakshmi, you can read. Switch on the mic and read. Bhagya Lakshmi, can you hear me? Okay. Nandana Shibu,
Yes, sir.
please read.
His father His father came back and crouched beside
Before that, there is one.
eh,
Before that, there is a paragraph.
uh,
To ease the
to
sense of
to ease the sense of dread. He took a picture of his father sil-
silhouetted
silhouetted against the quicksilver water. Then he put the camera
against
carelessly
the
on the shelf and picked up his gun. His father came back and crouched beside him, boots dripping, hands blue with cold. Battered, load up. Sometimes they are on top of you before you know it. He watched Jeremy break his gun, insert the shells, close it again. I will let you shoot first, he said. He loaded his own gun with a metallic snap. You know, he said happily, I have been waiting a long time for this day, just the two of us.
okay, thank you. So his father came back and crouched beside him. To crouch means to uh, uh, sit in a very uh, contracted position, in a shrunk position. So sit in a very uncomfortable position. Boots dripping. His shoes are dripping with water because he was in the water, putting the decoys into the water, putting the toy birds into the water, and he has come back from the water into the land, into the pit. Therefore, his boots are dripping with water. Hands blue with cold because the water is very cold in the morning. It is freezing cold. When you touch something very cold, your hands will become blue in color. And he comes and tells his son to get ready. Get ready for what? He's asking his son to get ready for what?
Shooting.
കേൾക്കുന്നില്ല പറയുന്നത്. Yes, Rishma. Yes, that's right. For shooting. Maybe it is my problem also. I don't know. Okay. So it is for shooting that he is asking his son to get ready. So that is that is the meaning of what he's saying. Better load up. Load him what? Load up the gun. He's asking the uh, son to fill his gun with bullets. So the birds will come very fast. Before you expect them, they will be on top of you. So that's what he says. So he watched Jeremy break his gun. Here, breaking, here, the process of breaking a gun, those who have used rifles know that rifles can be split into two parts. Particular, it is actually opening. Oh, I'm sorry, I got muted. Okay, so the gun is opened. The gun is opened. That is breaking the gun. He has opened the gun so that it can be loaded with bullets. He loads the gun and with bullets, inserts the shells. The shells are bullets, and he then closes the gun again. So he says, "Today you are going to shoot. I'll allow you to shoot first." And father says, I have been waiting a long time for this day. Which day? The father is waiting. Whether the son is waiting or not, we don't know. But the father is definitely waiting for this day. എന്താണ് ഈ ദിവസത്തിന്റെ പ്രത്യേകത? What is the peculiarity of this day?
First attempt.
Yes, it is the first real hunting experience of his son. And that is something which every parent is looking forward to. The day you get your diploma is dreamed of by your parents. The day you get a job is dreamt for by your parents. The day you get settled in your life is dreamt for by your parents. So, like that, the father of Jeremy's father is also has been waiting for this day when his son will become a hunter like. So that is why he says, I've been waiting for this day. So the after he says, just the two of us. I'll scroll there. Just the two of us. And there is a mark. Okay. Just the two of us. എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ശേഷം there is a the punctuation, three dots. Okay. What does it indicate?
Silence.
Silence. It indicates silence. It indicates that he does not complete the sentence. He doesn't sentence complete ആയില്ല എന്ന് സൂചിപ്പിക്കുകയാണ്. These three dots indicates that silence after the break in his sentence, and this is called ellipsis. These three dots, putting such three dots are called ellipsis in punctuation. In punctuation, it is called ellipsis. The three dots indicate that there is a silence after the break in the sentence if the sentence is not complete. So that is why that break is also indicated in the next paragraph where he says he broke off. He broke off എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അയാൾ സംഭാഷണം മുഴുമിപ്പിച്ചില്ല എന്നാണ്. The sentence broke. The sentence did not complete because here the focus is not on speaking but is on action. He is waiting for his son to shoot. So there are some set of birds which are coming and he must have seen them. That is why he doesn't complete that sentence. Okay. Yes, Trishna, you can read. Trishna.
So, he broken, leaning forward, eyes narrowed. Thus, a small fight now, headed this way. He, keep your head down. I will give you the word. Behind them, the sun had cleared the horizon, flooding the marshes with tawny light. Jeremy could see everything with an almost unbearable clarity. His father's face tense and eager, the faint white forest forced on the gun barrel. His heart was thundering wildly. No, he prayed, don't let them come. Make them stay away, please.
Yes, thank you, Krishna. So he doesn't complete the sentence, and he says that there is a flight now. Here, flight is a term that we also use with airplanes, but basically they come from the flight of birds, the flying of birds. So there is a group of birds which are coming. When you see a group of birds which are flying, you say that here is a flight of birds. So there is a flight of birds that are coming. Headed means coming in the direction. Keep your head down means they don't want the birds to see them. That is why he says, put your head down. I will give you the word. Here the word is warning. I will tell you when to shoot. Only then you should shoot. So now it is already morning. How do we understand that it is already morning? The sun had cleared the horizon. Horizon? This horizon. Horizon is the extreme end of the sky. അങ്ങേയറ്റം അതിന് മലയാളത്തിൽ ഒരു വാക്കുണ്ടല്ലോ. Yes, Rajalakshmi, it is Chakravalam. Correct. That is the correct word for the extreme end of the sky where you see sunrise and sunset. So in the eastern horizon, we will see the sunrise. If we look at the western horizon in the evening, we will also see the sunset. So a horizon is the area of the extreme end of the sky where the sky appears to meet the earth. The sky had cleared, the sun had cleared the horizon, means the sun had already risen up. It had already risen up from the east and it has gone upward, which means it is already a lot of time into the morning. It is not early morning now. It was early morning when they came, but now it is not early morning. A lot of time has passed and the sun has gone up into the sky. It is now up in the sky. It is no longer in the horizon. The sun is no longer in the horizon. And the light is now spread everywhere. So the marshes, they are filled with tawny light. Tawny means golden brown color. The color of the sunlight is described here. And there is a lot of clarity. Clarity is the state of being clear. Clarity is the state of being clear. So everything can be seen very clearly because the sunlight is now everywhere. Sunlight is very strong now. So he could see the anxiety on his father's face. He could see the gun, the barrels, and he could also feel that his heart was thudding wildly. Thud is a sound of beating. Thud is the sound of beating, and his heart was thudding wildly. Wildly means very fast. His heart was beating very fast. When does your heart beat very fast? When do you feel that my heart is beating very fast? In what situation?
പേടി പേടിയുള്ളപ്പോൾ
പേടി തോന്നുമ്പോൾ, when you are feeling afraid, yes. When you are feeling tensed, yes, Rajlakshmi, that is right. When you are feeling anxious, നമുക്ക് പേടി തോന്നുമ്പോൾ, നമുക്ക് ആശങ്ക തോന്നുമ്പോൾ, ടെൻഷൻ വരുമ്പോൾ, ടെൻസ്ഡ് ആകുമ്പോഴൊക്കെയാണ് നമുക്ക് ഹാർട്ട് വളരെ ഫാസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് അടിക്കുന്നതായിട്ട് തോന്നും. So that is the feeling that he has because the birds are coming near, he will have to shoot. So he is praying. Now the child is praying, Jeremy is praying that he doesn't want the birds to come near me. Why is he praying that the birds should not come near him? അവർ വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഉപദ്രവിക്കുമോ? എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ്? Why does he pray that the birds should not come near? Let them stay away, let them go away.
അടുത്തേക്ക് വന്ന് ഷൂട്ട് ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വരും.
Exactly, Trishna, that's right. Because if they come near me, I will have to shoot them. Jeremy will have to shoot them. Therefore, he is praying to God that let these birds stay away. Let them not come near us. Let them not come near us. Because if they come near us, just because I want to please my father, I will have to shoot these birds. And I don't like shooting birds. So that is why he is praying that let these birds stay away. Let them go away. But they kept coming. He prayed, his prayers were not answered. They kept coming. Okay, they kept coming means vanondernu. 4 blacks, his father said, 1 mallard. So mallard is a kind of duck. The explanation is given there. What is a mallard? A mallard is a kind of duck, a common wild duck. So these ducks, they are flying and coming to the water. They are coming to the lake, they are coming to the river to drink water. And his father asked the son to get ready. Okay, the next paragraph. Shreya Maria.
Yes, sir. High above, Jeremy heard the pulsing whistle of wings as the flight went over, swung wide, began to circle. Get set, his father whispered. In they came, gliding down the sunlight. Isles of space here rised alertly. wings set in a proud curve. He Mallard was leading. Light flashed from the irid- iridi-
Iridescent.
iridescent feathers, uh, iridescent feathers around his neck and gilded on his ruddy breast. Down dropped his bright orange feet, reached for the steel-colored water. Closer, closer.
Yes. Thank you, Shreya, for reading that. So he heard the whistle of wings. So when the birds fly, the sound of the wings can be heard if they are at a sufficiently close distance. If the birds are, if you observe birds flying on top of the sky, if you are standing on the roof and observe that, you will be able to hear the flap of their wings if they are flying in a flock. കൂട്ടമായിട്ടാണ് പറക്കുന്നതെങ്കിൽ അവരുടെ ചിറകടിക്കുന്നതിൻ്റെ ആ ഒരു ശബ്ദം കേൾക്കാൻ പറ്റും. So that is what he hears. He hears the whistle of the wings and they started beginning to circle. When do the birds start to circle? Like an aircraft starts to circle when it's about to land, the birds are also about to land on the water. So that is why they are going in a circle. So the father asks them to get set. Get set means to get ready. So they came. They came gliding down. Who came gliding down? Who came gliding down the air? They came gliding down. Who came gliding down the air? ആരാണ് പറന്നിറങ്ങി വന്നത്? Who came gliding down? Mallards, exactly. The ducks, the mallards, the birds. They came gliding down the sunlit aisles of space. Aisle. നമ്മൾ ഡെസ്കുകളൊക്കെ നിരത്തിയിട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇടയിൽ നടന്നു പോകാനുള്ള സ്പേസിനെയാണ് എയിൽ എന്ന് പ്രൊനൗൺസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് പ്രൊനൗൺസ്ഡ് ആസ് എയിൽ. എയിൽ എന്നാണ് അത് പ്രൊനൗൺസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. പ്രൊനൗൺസിയേഷൻ. This is the pronunciation, ale. A-I-S-L-E is pronounced as ale. The ale of space. So they came through the space in the air, which looks like an ale. And heads are raised alertly because they are going to land. They are very alert. They are very careful. And this is a description of these flying birds. Iridescent feathers. Iridescent is of different colors, shining with different colors. Iridescent feathers. Iridescent means shining with colors. Glinted. Okay, and the light, the sunlight is glinting, the shining on his ruddy breast, the body of the bird. The sunlight is shining because the birds have beautiful colors on them, and that colors are being reflected by the sunlight. So these birds are coming down into the lake or the river to drink water, and these hunters are waiting to shoot them. And who is going to shoot? Jeremy is going to shoot. His father is giving him just instructions. His father is not going to shoot. Jeremy is going to shoot, and they are waiting. So the mallards have an orange feet. If you look, observe ducks, observe some cranes, observe these water birds. Most of them have orange colored feet. So the orange feet of the bird is landing into the water, and that color is contrasted because the water is of steel color, like of stainless steel. If you look at stainless steel, it has a very shining appearance, like a stainless steel sheet. The water is also shining like a stainless steel sheet because of the sunlight. Because of the sunlight, it looks like steel, and that steel color is actually contrasted. The steel color is contrasted against the color, the orange color of the legs of the birds. Okay, is there any other difficult word? Okay, all the other words have been. So closer, closer. So he says the birds have now closer. You have to, they are very come very near to us. We have to get ready to shoot them. And he shouts, now, means when he cries now, Jeremy will have to shoot. That is the meaning when he says now. He cried Jeremy's father in an explosive roar, alarva, roaring. He was on his feet, gun ready. Take him. Take him means shoot him. So the father is very excited because his son is going to shoot and he is giving him instructions. So he's asking his son to shoot. Now is the time. So shoot him immediately. So the next paragraph, Uma Jyoti.
സാറേ ഏത് പാരഗ്രാഫാണ്?
Jeremy felt his body obey.
Jeremy felt his body obey. He stopped up, leaned into the gun 2 ways his father had taught him. He felt the stock coat against his cheek, so that twin muzzles raised under his finger. The trigger covered smooth and final and daily.
The next paragraph also.
In the same instant, he ducked saw the gunners and
Flared up, flared wildly.
fired wildly. Up went the mallet as if
Jerked
by an invisible string. For a second, the second he hung there posted against the wind and sun, balanced between life and death. Shoots at something sharp in Journey's brain, and he waited for this slam of the explanation.
Yes. So thank you, Uma. So he felt his body obey. His father asked him to shoot the bird, and now he feels that his body is obeying him. So his body obey. Why is it mentioned? He felt his body obey. Why is it mentioned like that? എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് അങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞത്? He felt his body obey. Why does the author Jeremy obeyed എന്ന് പറയുന്നതിന് പകരം why is he saying that his body obey? Jeremy obeyed എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ പറയാം. Why does the storyteller say that Jeremy felt his body obey? എന്തെങ്കിലും കാരണമുണ്ടോ? Any guesses?
ഇഷ്ടമില്ലാത്ത കാര്യം ചെയ്യണം അതുകൊണ്ട്.
Exactly. He doesn't like to do this. Yes, yeah, that is right. He doesn't like to do this. So his body is obeying, but his mind is not there. So there are two aspects to our existence, mind and body. Okay, these are the two aspects to everybody's existence. So physically we may be present in a class, but mentally we may not be attending the class. Okay, you may be present, you may have joined the meeting, but we may not be attending the class. So there are two aspects to our existence, the mind and the body. So his body was trying to obey his father, but his mind was not there because he was not interested in shooting. He didn't like shooting. He doesn't like shooting. So he he does everything that his father taught him. He felt the stock. Stock is the part of the gun. It is said that all guns will have three major parts: lock, stock, and അങ്ങനെ ഒരു യൂസേജ് തന്നെയുണ്ട്. Lock, stock, and barrel എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് as major parts of the gun ആണ്. Lock, stock, and barrel. So stock is that part of the gun that you hold. So those who have done something in NCC will know the part of the stock. It that part of the gun which touches your cheek, the part of the face, is called the stock. And the twin muzzles, that is the pointed part of the gun. The pointed part of the gun is called a muzzle. So there will be usually for most of guns there will be two muzzles. One for the bullet to go and the other through which the exhaust is gone. So they are called muzzles. So the twin muzzles, twin means two, and these muzzles are rising or pointing against the birds. Under his finger, he could feel the trigger. That is the button which you pull, the bullet will go out of the gun. Kanji, tokinde. So that is the trigger. He can feel the curve of the trigger. You know, it is the curved part, valanja bhagavana, and he can feel that curve under his finger. So the ducks are ready to be shot. His father shouts him to shoot, but he does not shoot. Okay, but because his father shouted and he did not shoot, the sound of the father actually alerts the birds, and they started flying. They started flying up of the water. Again, there is an opportunity. The birds are still there above the water. So he can feel something in his brain telling him, shoot. Yeah, that is why that sentence is, shoot is there. Now this is not said by his father. This is something, some part of his brain is telling him, shoot. Because if you shoot, what will happen? Your father will become happy. You will get his approval. There is something in his brain is telling him. So he has got a double mind. He wants to shoot, but he doesn't want to shoot also. Why does he want to shoot? Why does he want to shoot? വെടി വെക്കണമെന്നുണ്ട്. എന്തിനു വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ്?
Approval.
Yes, Rishma, to get his father's approval, to get his father's love, to make his father happy, and by that he himself can become happy. To become happy, to make his father happy, he wants to shoot, but he cannot shoot. Okay, so he is in a double mind. He wants to shoot, but he cannot shoot. So that is the situation. So something in his mind is telling him to shoot, and he waits for the slam of the explosion. He waits for the slam of the explosion, but nothing happens. He waits for the sound of the explosion, but nothing happens. അപ്പോൾ വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് എക്സ്പ്ലോഷൻ്റെ സൗണ്ട്, അതായത് വെടി പൊട്ടുന്ന ശബ്ദം കേൾക്കണം. വെടി പൊട്ടുന്ന ശബ്ദം കേൾക്കണമെങ്കിൽ ഇയാൾ കാഞ്ചി വരിക്കണം. അപ്പോൾ തന്നെ ശബ്ദം കേൾക്കില്ല. So he is waiting for the explosion, but nothing happens. Nothing happens because one part of his mind is not ready to shoot. One other part of the mind is ready to shoot. The second part of the mind is not ready to shoot. So what happens to him? How does his father respond? Will his father be happy? Will his father be happy?
No.
So his father will not be happy, but he wants to make his father happy. At the same time, he doesn't like to shoot because he doesn't like hunting. He doesn't like to hurt creatures, because that is also the theme of this module. Nurturing nature എന്നുള്ള ആ ഒരു തീം ഇതിലും നമുക്ക് കാണാൻ സാധിക്കും. That you don't want to kill other creatures. You don't want to destroy the other creatures. So that theme can also be seen here in the story. So one part of his brain says he wants to make his father happy because his father wants his son also to become a hunter like him. On the other hand, he doesn't want to shoot because he likes these birds. He doesn't want to shoot these birds. So he can be said to be in a dilemma. What do you mean by a dilemma? What do you mean by a dilemma? Have you heard of this term? Kaduna. He is in a dilemma. Dilemma is a tricky situation where you cannot opt. If you are given two choices, you cannot choose between them, then you are said to be in a dilemma. So you want to shoot, you don't want to shoot at the same time also. That is called a dilemma. So he is in a dilemma. Jeremy is in a dilemma that he is not able to shoot because he doesn't like hunting, because he doesn't like to shoot live birds. He's an expert in shooting because he has got training in shooting toys, but he doesn't like to shoot live creatures. He doesn't like killing birds. But at the same time, his father is a hunter. He wants to make his son a hunter. So Jeremy, like all children, wants to make his parents happy. So he tries to make his father happy by going with him for hunting, but he is not able to shoot. So what happens to him? How will his father react in the situation? Will he be able to make his father happy? All these things we will wait and watch in the next part of the story, which we will take up in the next class. So that's it for today. We continue in the next class. Enjoy the afternoon. Goodbye and thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Thank
you,
you, sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.